Ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders and investors, we got a lot to talk about. The stock market is it's selling off. Okay, there's fear in the air. The 10-year yield is just shot up from 427 to 439. Okay, 12 basis points today. And the relative strength of the US dollar has gone up as well. So therefore it's 104.34, was below 103. And WTI crude oil is down to 69.53. So we got the election coming up. 2 days of trading left before the selection. And here's the SPY representing the S&P 500. So we had a big sell-off here Thursday and today. Are we going to hold the support area of 564? It's going to be interesting. So we're going to talk about the drivers behind the market and why this sell-off is. So before we get into that, we have a goal of 100 subscribers. Please subscribe, smash that like button, helps get the channel out there. And I also would like to thank our recent subscribers. Thank you very much. So again, we have a goal of 100. Please subscribe. Okay, let's get into it. So here we go. The drivers are basically the 10-year yield and the relative strength of the US dollar. That 10-year yield continues to spike up. Markets are going to drop. And they're going to drop fast. So we need to keep an eye on that very closely. Now, by the way, okay, let's go to the QQQ representing the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ hit an all-time high a few days ago. But on the Qs, it didn't quite make it. But that would have been back here on Tuesday. So there's the NASDAQ was lagging, but it caught up. But here we got that sell-off again coming up. There's where we're going to hold this green support. We'll have to see. Okay, if it comes down to here, that will be a 10% correction area off the all-time highs. So that's quite interesting. We're going to have to go into the next week to see. Look, the MACD down here has crossed over. It's coming down, death cross. Let's see how it look on the SPY real fast. Oops. Same thing. So, yeah. The MACD is going down. Stocks are selling off. So let's take a look at the Magnificent Seven. Let's start with Tesla. They had a really nice run after earnings. Okay. They beat expectations. They shot up from 214 to a high of 274. That was very impressive. Now it is selling off. There's this big gap here though. And there's a big gap here as well. Usually these gaps get filled. Okay. So we'll have to see. I mean, could this be considered a gap fill here? I don't know, but we got a big gap here. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on it. But Tesla has been selling off, but it made a big move. Let's take a look at the other ones. Okay, Apple. Apple has been selling off again this week as they're selling off. Earnings came out. They did beat expectations, as you can see. But the outlook was weak, so they continued to sell off. Microsoft. Again, same deal as Apple, where the earnings weren't bad. They beat expectations, $3.08 per share. Came in actual 330. But their outlook was weak, so we dropped down from a high of 438 all the way down to 406. So that was a big sell-off. We fell out of this upward trend. So we're now below the trend. Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Google. Okay, Google had good earnings, beat expectations, popped way up. There was a gap fill, already got filled on the way back down. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see what happens. Nvidia hit an all-time high of 144.42. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this red line here. That's going to become the resistance. 144.42. All new high for Nvidia, coming down past the 20-day moving average. The red line is the 50-day moving. 200-day moving is down here at 105. Okay, Meta. Meta again came out good. Good earnings, beat expectations by a lot. But again, we got this sell-off, so there's this popular trend of things selling off. Let's take a look at Amazon. I'll make this larger so you can see it. What a chart for Amazon. Look at this. Earnings came out yesterday. They beat expectations. Good forward outlook. So it closed here on yesterday at 186. Gapped up to a high of 200. So that's pretty impressive. All-time high is 201.20. Okay, right here. So that was a big move by Amazon. Okay, big move. Not bad. Let's put that back. So that's what we got right now. Let's take a look at a couple other ones, like Palantir, by the way. They did break all-time highs, which was about 45 and change, or like 45.05. So here it was 45.14. They're coming down. This seems to be an area of consolidation. Is that going to be support? Who knows? But let's make this one gray, and we'll draw a new potential support area right here. Well, that's where the consolidation was, so we'll just put that there and see what happens. We'll see what it does there. IBM earnings came out. They did beat expectations, but the outlook was weak, and it came all the way down. All-time high from 2013 was 204. So again, we're holding that as it seems to be support. So we're gonna make that green. Alrighty. And Donald Trump's website, he's got a Truth Social, and that really went up to like $55, 54.87 from 12. Every one of these candles is a day, and then it's just been tanking ever since, down to $30 already this week. So just want to throw that out there. Oxy oil, how's that looking? Well, again, we're weak on the WTI. This used to be support 56. Now 50 seems to be support, and we broke below it today and yesterday. So we're gonna have to see what happens here. We're at 49.50 right now. So oil's looking weak. Okay. What else should we take a look at? ARM. Well, the ARM is again a AI software-driven company. JP Morgan. They have been kicking it. All-time highs just a few days ago. 226. JP Morgan Chase. They've been really doing good. The earnings came out, beat expectations. Their outlook looks good, and boom, there off they go. These big banks are going to do well. The smaller regional banks may suffer, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens. Netflix, what happened to Netflix? Look at that, beautiful, how it just follows that uptrend so nicely. Look at that. That's really impressive. So Netflix has definitely been taking off like a rocket. Okay, here's year to date right here. So they made an all-time high of $773. That's very impressive. Right after earnings came out, when they beat expectations with a good outlook. So that was a nice move. Other than that, that's about it. See, Bank of America, let's take a look how they're doing. I'm surprised they're still holding because they got some weak outlook, and that's 24 here. We got 4 years in front of us, so they're doing pretty good actually. You know, this year they're on an uptrend, no doubt about it. But we'll have to keep a close eye on them. Silver's been taking a pullback here. Okay, from 31.80 we're down to 29.50. So that's about it for now. We're going to keep an eye out. Markets have been selling off. We got the selection coming, and we're going to have to see what happens here. Here's the SPY. We're going to keep a close eye on this. Okay, we're showing some resistance. That topping tail shows that the sellers came and pushed it back down. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on that. So thank you for watching. We will keep you updated and keep a close eye on that 10-year yield. Okay, it's 4.387 right now, so it just went up. It's, well, 4.385. So keep a close eye on that, and that's going to help. If that starts spiking up fast, markets are going to drop quickly. So, again, thank you for watching and have a great weekend.